McDaniels, and I'm running for BSA Executive Board President for the 2016-2017 school year. I'm doing this because I've had a great time this year being on the board as South Campus Ambassador, and I've learned a lot, and I'd really like to continue that progression into my junior year of undergrad. This Ohio State has been, it's been wonderful. I've loved being here as a student, but last year was a big adjustment for me because I was overwhelmed by everything that's offered here. But after becoming part of BSA this year, and this being my fourth semester, I feel like I've started to find my niche, and I really want to continue this niche and make it grow. So I was thinking about a theme for this presentation. And initially I started with growth, because when you grow, you move from point A to point B. Well, I don't want to just do that. I want to continue growing at all times, which is why I thought of the word stretch. So I want to stretch my horizons and stretch my skills to continue growing as a leader and as an individual. I think as BSA president, I will definitely be able to do so. So this slide right here shows the evolution of myself as a person, but also as the evolution of my afro. I think it's essential to my personality because I've kind of always been the same. I've always been very happy, very outgoing, and very focused. And I think it's important to be authentic as a leader, but you also have to mature. So it shows me maturing but staying at the same time. These are my parents, who really are my support system. They're people that I can always go to and ask questions and who I trust. And I think that's really important for every individual to have people that they consider, very trustworthy. And I hope that I can be that person for someone else, which is why that I think as BSA president I can be very personable and reach out to smaller communities. So why do I want to return to the BSA Executive Board? Like I said, I've learned so much this year as a South Campus Ambassador, and it is taking a huge leap to jump from Ambassador to President. But it shows that I'm willing and able and confident in my skills to take on such a large position. So these events I picked specifically because they are new events that we did this year at BSA, and they happen to be some of the most successful. So the Black Excellence Ball, the Holiday Carnival, and the basketball tournament were wonderful, very entertaining, interactive events that we had this year, and they were brand new. I think that shows that new ideas and new styles can really be very, very influential to a program and an organization. And I hope to do that next year. So I chose to run for president because I am a visionary. A lot of people are very task and detail oriented, which I feel that I can be in certain situations, but usually I look at the big picture of things. I think I'm able to delegate things rather than focusing on just one event, and that's why I'd like to run for president. So diversity is something that's very important to me. And this year I've learned through different involvements that diversity is much more than the color of one's skin. So this does show diversity in friendship, but I want to promote diversity within BSA, whether it's majors, hometown, athletics, anything. We have so much diversity that's within our Black community, and I hope to be able to show that next year as president. So how do I plan to build on the work that's already been done this year? We've had an incredible year at BSA with new programs, lots of new community service, and I really want to continue that. I feel like I started as a tortoise, being new as an ambassador, easing my way into the position, and now I'm ready to take on the task of being a hare and really speeding up things and getting new ideas popping. And now, this picture is just of an individual, and I think I included this because it shows me taking the initiative to run for this position, whereas no one else is running, and I think that could be because maybe no one's interested, but also it just shows that I'm confident and believe that I can take on such a large task. This picture is from an event that actually happened this morning with the Buckeye Leadership Fellows Program. It's a program I'm involved in, and it's the premier leadership program at Ohio State. I think it would be great coupled with BSA because I'm evolving there as becoming a leader, and I will be doing the same thing in BSA. So next year, I think that would be a great opportunity to have more than one thing going on. So what lessons from this school year will I take to next year? This is the African Sankufu bird that looks backwards as it moves forward. So I'm going to reflect on all the learning experiences we've had this year in BSA as we go into planning for next year. Everything's about growth. I think that it's very important to remember where you came from, remember what happened initially before trying to do it again. So this is a picture of a Snapchat icon because I want to let everyone know that I learned from my mistakes. So recently I had a little issue, with social networking, and it really taught me that you gotta know how to be discreet, you gotta know how to handle yourself. And so I know that since this happened, nothing like this will ever happen again, and it just shows that I know how to grow and move on from things. This is a picture of two of my mentors. This is Deborah Lee, the CEO of Black Entertainment Television, and my grandmother, who was very influential in education back in my hometown. And they're just two women that are just very confident and they're willing to take risks. And I hope to be like them one day, which is why I want to take on this position to gain experience. So 3 areas of weakness for BSA and how we can improve upon them. The first is going to be communication. I feel like we lacked a couple communication issues this year that need to be resolved, whether it's in the general body, the executive board, or even with other organizations. I think we need to work on just being more thorough there. As well, I'll come back to weaknesses. This right here is a picture of myself with the Attorney General of Ohio. I met him a couple years ago, reconnected with him in Columbus, so I applied for an internship to work with him this summer, and I didn't get it. So that is just an example of failure, and it was kind of hard for me because I kind of thought I was a shoo-in since I had a personal relationship with him, but I'm still motivated and encouraged to go for new things and hopefully get some other type of internship this summer. So positivity is really my major leadership style. I'm a very optimistic person, and I kind of go into every day like hoping that it's a beautiful day. I think it's the best way to work because if you reflect on negative experiences, you're not going to grow. So I try to be as positive as possible at all times, and I think that's important for a president. And this image just shows me really looking forward to the next thing. So it's important to be in the moment and be present, but it's also important to inspire and aspire to do more things. And I think being BSA president will really help me in my later endeavors and just encouraging me and making me not worry about going for the next thing. And finally, I want to be a role model. I just really want people to be able to come up to me and just feel comfortable talking to me, and I just want to be a positive role model for anyone who I can be. This is my younger cousin Presley, who I love very much, and I hope that he looks up to me and hopes to be like me one day. So back to weaknesses of BSA, communication is one that I think we should definitely work on, as well as community service. So we have very consistent community service with Clean Up Columbus. However, it's at a time that not everyone's always available to attend due to church. So I think it'd be nice to have a more variety of community service at different times throughout the week, so we can involve more e-board members.